fool me again. You can't fool me again. You hold me down for a very long time. Can't buy sugar, we can't buy lime. Can't buy scallion, we can't buy time. You can't fool me again. Can't fool me again. You can't fool me again. Hold me down for a very long time. Can't buy sugar, we can't buy lime. You touch up line and I resort to crime. You can't fool me again.
What we gonna eat no money, what we at you, eat no at you. Covid money, me say we eat the your little rat you. Use the youth, the money, waste my must have statue. Say me like a catch you, but me got in a figure you. Take the skin of money, God and say that is not you. One day the man above me look him, I got a bet. Too much it in the kitchen, some of my well like a pat too. My singers and DJs and social media's coming at you.
It burn me.
300% raise.
It burn me.
Garbage pile of the day.
It burn me.
Give the teacher them raise.
It burn me.
I see corruption face.
It burn me.
Mash down the people them house.
It burn me.
Every day appear arms out.
It burn me.
Appear money them a teeth.
It burn me.
And them a sell out the beach.
Can't fool me again. You can't fool me again. You hold me down for a very long time. Can't buy sugar, we can't buy lime. Can't buy scallion, we can't buy time. You can't fool me again. Can't fool me again. You can't fool me again. You hold me down for a very long time. Can't buy sugar, we can't buy lime. You touch up line and I resort to crime. You can't fool me again.
Come me say dig up all the charities and all of the givers. Some a go like say them powerful, me no make a bigger. The already promises, none of them not deliver. Cut up the youth, they rap and they down in our river. Member bowl only and they lie them tell. Corruption smell and they pocket them swell. When police don't a market like Satan out of hell, go mash up people start and thief when them sell.
It burn me.
Or they treat the market man.
It burn me.
Or them a treat the cat man.
It burn me.
Or they treat the peanut man.
It burn me.
Or them a treat the dirt man.
It burn me.
Or them a treat the son man.
It burn me.
Or them a treat policeman.
It burn me.
Or them a treat soldier man.
It burn me.
How them a treat everyone.
Can't fool me again. You can't fool me again. You hold me down for a very long time. Can't buy sugar, we can't buy lime. Can't buy scallion, we can't buy time. You can't fool me again. Can't fool me again. You can't.
Boom! I mean, I say a couple to the flex they represent for Wayne Global TV. So I say, you know the code in the Wayne Global TV is what fully blessed on 90 days. So I say, yeah man, to the fullest. Yeah man, make sure them log in to Wayne Global TV. So I say, check it out. So I say, one cup of flex. So I say, Wayne Global. When you watch you know, see them a plan up and a try to put them on pan we head. But man a live too long, them want Wayne Global fitted. To him juggle so smooth that them want him life for dread. I throw the bank a light the break, but we ain't all about the bread. We open up in the ears and no listen what we said. Cause we lyrics them so smooth like the linen on the bed. Them want we fit fall, we live in pan the edge. I must say true, make this them. We in Global TV, we are 90. Hey. And 90, who Jaja bless, say no man can curse. Give it the Range Rover, who no drive years. Boom! We in Global TV to the fullest one cup of excellence. See me?
Good morning. I'm feeling tired and lazy, but get a seat politics or representational politics. What is the political play in our country, but particularly in Westmoreland with the People's National Party and in Portland with the Jamaica Labour Party? Good morning to those on TikTok. Good morning to those on the X, on the Twitch, on Facebook, on YouTube. Good morning and welcome. I feel clueless like our politician. And I feel tired as much as the way the people are tired of our politician. But nevertheless, this morning, hold on, I need to take this call. Hold on, please. Hold on, sorry about that. Sorry.
Can't fool me again. You can't fool me again. You hold me down for a very long time. Can't buy sugar, we can't buy lime. Can't buy scandal, we can't buy time. You can't fool me again. Can't fool me again. You can't fool me again. You hold me down for a very long time. Can't buy sugar, we can't buy.
Yes, good morning. Welcome back. Sorry about that. Let me say again, I feel clueless like our politicians. And I feel tired the way the people are tired of our politicians. But I've just received good news. I know the good news was coming. One of my cousins has just returned from Jamaica. And my lobster and ackee has arrived. So I will have a choice between cooking lobster fresh from home today or ackee. So that's a welcoming news for me. Good morning, Sunshine. Good morning, Natalia. Good morning, Abina. Good morning, Debbie Jervis. Good morning, Raymond. Good morning. Who else is here? Good morning, everyone. Debbie, can you put that information so I can pin it up from early, please, and thank you. But this morning we'll just waffle. Oh yes, you're all welcome to have a bit of my curry lobster this evening. I have not had dumpling for quite an awful long time. But I was thinking of having green banana and dumpling with my lobster today. I will see how it goes. But yes, good morning, Donna Ellis. Good morning and welcome to you all this morning. You know, local government electioneering is upon us. So therefore, throughout this whole period, we will be in the whole electioneering commentary coverage, questioning of whatever is going on in our political spheres. If you were watching both of my two programs yesterday, I focused quite a bit on our local government structure of election and why we must get involved, get to understand and know the process. Get involved. Raymond, good morning. Good morning. Get to understand and know the process, how the thing works, what your rights are, what the budget that is issued to upkeep your ward or constituency, how that budget is being spent. So local government election is very important. But in my cluelessness, like our politicians, this morning I want to look at a political strategy called political positioning. And I'm always irritated by political positioning in our gentleman club politics. This doesn't apply to one side. Quotes, good morning. This doesn't apply to one side. It applies to both sides of the political coin. It's a gentleman's club scenario. So, members only is a private party, you know the song. And that's a stain in our politics, the way, Colin Humphreys, good morning. That's the state in our politics, the way our political representative is elected, or not elected, that's the wrong word, selected to serve, whether it be at the local government division level or the central government constituency level. Yesterday, I kind of touched on the Portland positioning bit when I was explaining Portland and Clarendon, where the party executive is unseating someone who successfully carried home that seat for their political party. But because there are internal disagreements, then they would seek to unseat such person, or disagreement in ideology, work in practice, or such. They would seek to unseat that person and to put somebody there who will play their cards. Somebody there who will play their cards. And that's one of the political positioning that is creating havoc in our country when it comes to representation. The Morris Morgan situation in Clarendon, the Stephen Williams, Clyde Mackenzie situation in the Darrell Vaz constituency. But what I want to look at today is a positioning of Westmoreland. I want to look at the positioning to take back home Westmoreland for the People's National Party. Is Ian Hales? All right, let me look at it at a broader scope, because this has been going on for a long time in our politics. Dr. Tufton is in one of them cook-ups as well, where Dr. Tufton was the MP for Southwest St. Elizabeth. That's my constituency. After him fraudulent and thuggery behavior, he got pushed out, and then Andrew re-emerged him and got entrench him into a next constituency all the way a Wowo yonder. People wey no know, him no know the community. No, for me, political positioning is best, or political representation is best when, for those of you who might be attending the process, please do a screenshot of the information which is on the screen. I will also be pinning the parking charges. So take a screenshot of what's on the screen now, and I will keep going back and forth with that current information and the information for the parking charges. But for me, political positioning and political representation would best work where, whether it be at the local government level, your councillor or your MP is somebody who is born bred of that community, somebody who understands the need of the community, somebody who understands the voice of the people, somebody who have that working and social connection with the people. When you take a MP or a councillor from Wowo yonder and entrench them in a community. The community don't know them. They don't know the community. How is that good political positioning? Especially in the People's National Party, where they need to really take some seats back, at least for balance in the parliament. How does this work if you're going to entrench candidates in a seat where the voting bloc within that constituency is not really feeling that person, is not really asking that person, is not really asking for that person? Should it be, is it time we move away from that gentleman club selection of who gets into representational politics, and rather let the choice be done on the ground by the people through a local vote within the constituency? Or I don't even trust the delegate system in our politics anymore because of that corrupt, bought out system of how we entrench people into politics and into a constituency. Into politics and into a constituency who they don't know the constituency. The people don't know them. The people don't understand them. They don't understand the people. If they even do get to represent the people, they don't live in the constituency. So you can't find them. Even if they have an office in the constituency, they're always in Kingston. Because everybody thinks the business of the country can only be done in Kingston. They're always in Kingston even when they don't need to be there. Or they're in their community where they're from. So this is one of the reasons why in our political positioning, we don't get that interaction and service from our member of parliament or councillors. Because a lot of the time, them don't come from our communities. They just get entrenched in our neck of the woods because of how our gentleman club politics work, where you can offer your friend a seat and you can maneuver the constitution of the club in order to even give a seat to a friend who you have promised where there's no such available seat. So in the case of Portland, the Stephen Williams, Clyde Mackenzie situation and the whole executive arm of the Jamaica Labour Party, where they unseat a sitting councillor from running in the upcoming election and have their new choice of councillor who is prepared to work with them. Because as I said yesterday, the way our system is set up, there is awfully a lot of what kickback that happens in our awarding of contracts between the MP and the councillors. A lot of your money get chopped that way. A lot of the money to look after the affairs of your constituency and division get chopped by politicians who collude together to make sure they continue to keep themselves in power, but not only so to keep on enriching themselves. But is Mark Golden making the right choice? Is Mark Golden making the right choice, given the division in the party at all levels, local government and central government? Is Mark Golden really putting people in the right position to take back, especially Westmoreland and places like that they've lost horribly in the 2022 general election? Keep tapping up the screen on TikTok, please. Thank you very much. And for those on the other platforms, keep giving us some like and some shares, please. Thank you very much. But is Golden making the right positioning to make sure he has a strong base? To make sure he has a strong base to win the next general election? Because both of them say they are leading in their local election, in the polls, in their internal polls for the local election. But even then, we see squabbles going on at the local and central government level when it comes to positioning and who get what seat. Is this about representational politics or get a seat politics to make sure that I'm in the enrich myself game as well? Because Mark Golden is calling for the release of the 6 names. Mark Golden is calling for the release of the illicit 6. But we know how the thing go, Mark Golden. Whole heap of private whispers go on in a lot of corridors. And while people on the outside, Mark Golden, is hearing in private who these people are, while people are hearing in private, Mark Golden, who these people are, I'm pretty much sure that in the political corridors, Mark Golden would possibly hear the names of the illicit lot. You don't have to wait for Andrew Holness to do that, Mark Golden. What you can do is deploy on him. Michelle Clark, good morning. Good morning. What you can do, Mark Golden, even if the Integrity Commission is gagged or cabinet is gagged, there's a thing called parliamentary privilege, Mark Golden, which if you know the names of the people, the illicit 6, you can use your parliamentary privilege, Mark Golden, to stand on the floor and shout the name them out. Or if you don't want to shout the name them out, ask specific questions, Mark Golden. Mark Golden know who they are. Therefore, then, Debbie, Mark Golden can use his parliamentary privilege to, if he don't want to call out them name when he's on the floor, because he's protected to do so, them can't sue him if him do it on the floor of parliament. Use his parliamentary privilege, and if not calling out their name, question, of the 6 people, is the prime minister, the wife, whoever he knows and wants to question, he can use his parliamentary privilege to expose these people. But is Mark Golding playing a game with us as well in this whole integrity commission oversight report, illicit 6, and all of that? Use your parliamentary privilege, Mark Golding. Use your parliamentary privilege to say who the people are. You don't have to wait on Andrew Holness. Andrew Holness is never going to do this before a general election. Andrew and his wife, the dictatorial family who have taken over our country, is going to drag the thing all along, because if they are involved, they will not release to us before we go to a general election. Because they know, if we know, then it will be a wahala. So therefore, Mark Golding can stop Andrew in his tracks, literally. Expose the illicit 6, Mark Golding. Don't hide behind wanting Andrew to do that. Be rebellious. That's the nature of social democracy, Mark Golding. The nature of social democracy is to be rebellious, to look out for the people, to put the people first. At least 6 parliamentarians are swindling away the public funds of the people who you claim to care about. If you care about us, Mark Golding, use your parliamentary privilege to inform us. So when we go to the polls, whether it be at the local or national level, we know who we're voting for, and that we're not voting. And that we're not voting for people to come and further enrich themselves. We're not voting for people to come and further enrich themselves, Mark Golding. So use your parliamentary privilege. Use your parliamentary privilege, Mark Golding, to expose who those illicit 6 are. Your parliamentary privilege protects you in doing that. Your parliamentary privilege, Mark Golding, protects you against a lawsuit. If there's a super injunction, you still can, with your parliamentary privilege, use it successfully. What you can do is use your parliamentary privilege successfully to expose, those who are the illicit 6. And if we expose those who are, see you later, yeah, thanks. If we expose those who are the illicit 6, then by all means, you can use that to play political tactic, to put Andrew and the JLP on the back foot. Because if the people know that there's so much crooks of one party, then they won't be inclined to put those same set of crooks back in position to continuously enriching themselves. I'm a cousin D's, you promise you're probably the line here. If you're there, thank you very much. You know I'm on the TikTok. Thank you very much for my lobster and my ackee and whatever other accoutrement in the bag. Thank you very, very much. But if Mark Golding is serious about politics. Use what is at your disposal, Mark Golden. Use what is at your disposal. As well as Mark Golden, political positioning. Political positioning, Mark Golden, is very important. Don't place people there because they are your friends. Don't place people there because you think you owe them a debt. Because what you will be doing in doing that is pushing back the constituency in the hands of the JLP, or push people further into the apathy of not getting involved. So choose carefully, Mark Golden, who you give these seats to. Not just people who probably want to get back into the loot, but people who want to do actual representation. Dr. Campbell from Upper St. Anne's, so on. Now him drop down at Westmoreland. Dr. Ian Hales from Hanover. Now him drop at Westmoreland. For me, the only positioning here done correctly is the young man in the middle. What's his name again? Let me look on my thingy. Is the young man in the middle who took that seat after the death of Roger Clark. Dwayne Vaz. For me, because Dwayne Vaz, I think, lost his seat to George Wrong in the 2022 election. That young man is from within that community and has been serving that community under the People's National Party up until 2022, up until 2020 general election, when George Stool took the seat from him. George, who is only qualified to wheel a stool, took the seat from this young man, Dwayne Vaz. For me, it's the only correct positioning that Mark Golden has done of these three MPs for Westmoreland. Is that what the people really want, Mark Golden? Or you just have to promise your friend them? You just have to give your friend them what you promised them. But if you're thinking about political positioning, Mark Golden, to win prospective power, good morning. Good morning, Elka, good morning. Egla, sorry. Political positioning. Are they the correct people to really take the seat home? But while I won't be long this morning, because I really want to come back for my drive time program, so I'm making this short because I have to go and friend up with my lobster and my ackee and them something there, and then to prepare for my later on show. But I want to ask the courts something. Justice delayed. Justice delayed is justice denied. Justice delayed is justice denied. Justice delayed is justice denied. All this time, we've been seeing the back and forth of Noel Maitland going to court. There's a Loop article in the... Good morning, Amazing Grace. Good morning. There's a Loop article in the description area, which you can read for yourself. But in our system, investigator lackadaisic, Prosecutor corrupt and lackadaisic. Judiciary probably bought out and lackadaisic as well. All of them just a mushu pan whistle. Not only have they stretched this thing, not only that they have stretched this thing the farthest they can stretch and test. Stress and test the mood of the victim's family and the country. All this time, what has been going on between the judge, the prosecutor, and the defense? Because one part in the proceeding, in the article, that really wind me up. Is almost to the end of the article, where they are saying, hold on the people, sorry. As you can see on screen, the trial date is set for April 2025. This alone is torture to Miss Sophia. Given the torture that she has undergone, please like and share the live, please. Given the torture she has undergone from 2022, this is furthermore torture inflicted on a woman who our justice system has pushed aside, unnoticed, uncommunicative, and everything else that you can think of. Now she has more than 12 months more of anxiety, torture, lack of trust, and everything else to battle with. She's also battling with, will I ever get justice? She's also battling with, is this a cook-up? She's also battling with, I frustrate me for me get fed up and walk away. Justice delay is justice denied. Given how we know our investigators and prosecutor work together, on the investigative front, because of the shoddy and botched investigation, even if some child get to court, we get told by the judiciary there's not enough evidence to proceed with the trial. Or even before it gets to court, we probably get a ruling from madam to say, time has passed, or not enough evidence, or we have evidence to suggest otherwise. Or we have evidence to suggest otherwise. So we're always in a cycle of injustice. But here we're talking about a law enforcement officer, like a politician who murdered their partner in their home. And all we can see is cover-up, pushbacks, delays, frustration. But there's a bit here. January 25th, next year, A trial readiness hearing is to begin on January 24th, 2025, which will be to ensure that all witness statement and other relevant evidentiary material are in place. Why through these plea and trial hearing, all this is not being done? From 2022 to now, 2024, why? Wellness Warrior, good morning. To 2024, we're into 2024 now. The prosecutor or the defense cannot tell us that they're waiting for new evidence. What type of new evidence? What type of evidence would take almost 2 years to surface or to collect? Why couldn't Miss Sophia, Paul and Shelley, good morning. Why couldn't Miss Sophia get a trial date for this year within the next 3 to 6 months? Why does Miss Sophia have to wait after been waiting from 2022, been going to court back and forth, not been told anything, not been given any proper information, and now to be told that you're going to have to wait for about another 14, 15 months before we start a trial? But January next year, we're going to start harassing you to say we're doing a minute trial, a case management trial, to make sure both sides, the prosecutor and the defense, all their evidence and whatever material they need to present in court is ready. All that should be ready by now. The court should have those two bundles from the prosecutor and from the defense. What is stopping them? If the investigators, if Fitz Bailey is working on other evidence out there, which is under a rock that we have not built a crane to pull away and retrieve that evidence, Fitz Bailey need to tell us, or Paula, who is prosecuting the case, need to tell us if they're waiting for further evidence. Or the judge could rather told us what is the reason for such a long trial date. Is it that the court is having so much of a backlog? Is it that the court is having so much of a backlog? Why this long drawn out date? Or is it a frustration? Give us time to make the evidence last, and we never know until we reach a court next year, April. So the evidence here, where did ganja, all of a sudden in front of whole of eye in front of court, turning a Cersei? Is this what been set up going forward here? The ganja evidence, when it get to court, it will turn in a Cersei. So therefore, the ladies and gentlemen of the jury can convict you for ganja if a Cersei that was produced in court. How would the backside of going in our system doing? The murder of women is celebrated in high society, is covered up in high society, is shut up and silenced in high society. Donnelly Donaldson, Melissa Silvera, Donnelly Donaldson, Melissa Silvera, and all we've been continuously hit by is an awful wall of silence. An awful wall of silence. In the case of Noel Maitland, we've been given frustration after frustration after frustration. In the case of Melissa Silvera, we've been given time and time after silence after silence after silence after silence. It means so if we go away and go find something to do, we cannot care how much question and ask for, we now go answer them. And we have the power to dash with evidence and staring on our face, lie and blatantly, and telling otherwise. Just like how Paula lied to us. When Paula tell us that she have eyewitness who saw Nzinga King sit down across from her, a yank out her locks them one so, till the whole head of locks drop a ground. Paula Llewellyn told us that. Fitz Bailey, even when he knew Dr. Orville Moore, Reverend Orville Moore was murdered, Fitz Bailey told us. Fitz Bailey told us there was no foul play or no third party in Dr. Orville and Reverend Orville Moore's death. But we later found out from the postmortem result, like we found out in Melissa Silvera's postmortem, Reverend Moore wasn't an accident suicide. It was rather a gruesome state assassination. Melissa Silvera didn't die peacefully in her sleep. She died violently, allegedly killed by her husband. A litany of cover-up started involving the Jamaica Constabulary Force. These lying Paula and lying Fitz Bailey are the two people heading this case against Maitland. Fitz Bailey, the investigating officer. Bailey, the investigating officer. Lie, crooked, corrupt. Llewellyn, the lying, corrupt, overstayed her welcome. Time has passed, Director of Public Prosecution. These are the people that has investigated and will be prosecuting the case. Good morning, Carlos Gray. Good morning. But is it justice being cooked up right in front of us? Because they are saying next year, January, we're going to have a case management hearing to see that all the evidence from the prosecutor and from the defense is ready. We have gone almost 2 years into this. They should have submitted their bundle to the court already. Both the prosecutor and defense should have everything they're relying on. I don't see why Miss Sophia couldn't have get a trial date in the next 3 months. What, is there a backlog in the judiciary? Okay, why did you process Rashawn Barrett? I know these people plead guilty. But the Philip Paulwell thingy, why not process them there so fast? And Silvera and Era and Noel Maitland, Silvera and Noel Maitland is just struggling through the system at a very slow pace to the point where we don't know if we will ever get justice, because all we continuously see is pushback, frustration, justice delayed, justice denied. But it's never going to change until we, the people, change it. It is never going to change until we, the people, change it. Until we start, one, putting politicians to work, opposing to their failures and corruption, and continue to push back and show our discontent to their lack of. But I want to say to Mark Golden this morning in ending, if you are serious about the illicit six, once you know who they are, don't wait for Andrew Holness and anybody else to put them out in public. Parliamentary privilege allow you to do that. Your parliamentary privilege, Mark Golden, protect you in standing on the floor and asking questions of the names of the illicit six. And going forward, Mark Golden, be sensible and strategic in political positioning, how you position candidates at the central government level in constituency, and how you also position candidates at the local government level. If you are to take back the country from the corrupt crooks, even though, Mark Golden, we don't trust you because you are yet to give us a clarifying position and that murder of Silvera. But this is where we will leave it on our At a Glance this afternoon. From London, we're saying good afternoon to those on TikTok, to those on the Twitch, on the X, on Facebook, on YouTube. Please join us later at our Drive Time London Lunchtime Global program, as we will bring you further updates and we will continue the local government information with regards to the election. I see that, but I will not touch the UIC right now. I will reach out to them, and if they want to come on and explain what their strategies and policies are for the local government election, and how and what they will be contesting, if they will be contesting some, a part, or all, then I will reach out to Mr. Patterson. I will reach out to Mr. Patterson or whoever is charged with their PR side of things, or whoever want to speak. If they want to speak, the opportunity will be given to whoever in the political lens, whichever candidate is going up for whichever seat, and they want to come and speak to the people, they are free to do so. But one thing we're not or will not be doing over here is aligning ourselves to any political party, or be favorable in our commentary, to a particular political party. Our mission is a better Jamaica mission. Rebuild the social infrastructure of Jamaica mission. So under no circumstances, we are going to align our voice. to corrupt politicians who do not take the interests of the people and the development of the country serious. Our aim is to make sure we provide a voice for those who are voiceless, those who doesn't have the platform to have that conversation, those who are afraid to ask the question, those who may think they're not knowledgeable enough to ask the question, those who think their question might be stupid. No question is stupid. Every question can be answered. Even yes, no, I don't know is an answer to a question. But we must always make sure, if we're interested in building back a better Jamaica. Patricia Matthews, good morning. You're just jumping on just about as we're going. You start with the building block of start building the family relation back, the family connection, the family business. Start building small groups within your community. You know, one big broad community have little different sectors, such as my area where I come from. The big umbrella is called parity. But within parity, you have various different districts. You have down a seaside is split into Windad and Lord. And even down a Lord is split into Card Pass, Juice Point. Upper Windad is split into High Windad, Low Windad. Then you have Upper Road, Spice Grove, Springfield, Little Bridge, Gravesend, Hilltop. What you start doing in your communities, start forming community groups and alliances. So what will come back into the community is that connection we had when we were coming through the ranks in the 60s, 70s, and 80s, where everybody in a community is close-knitted and looking after and looking out for each other. If we're serious about changing Jamaica, the social infrastructure, developing Jamaica for the better, sought to eradicate crime, we have to start rebuilding the structure of one, the family, and two, within the community. Once that is done, that will have a broader effect into the wider community and country. FLOM, good morning and welcome. You are just joining when we are ending, but please do rewatch the broadcast if you are just joining, and remember to give us some likes and share whichever platform you are watching from. This was your At a Glance program. Thank you for joining us this morning on the various platforms, TikTok, Twitch, X, Facebook, and YouTube. Thank you all very much, and we will no doubt see you back here this evening for our later programmings. Thank you very much, and we hope to see you later. Have a blessed day, and I'm going to go off now to decide whether I'm going to rooks up some lobster or I'm going to rooks up some ackee, but I will decide. Thank you very much, and see you all later. And don't forget, as I said again, for those of you who are going to the protest tomorrow, take a quick screenshot. The information for the protest is on the screen, the address, and also the parking charges for those who will be driving to the protest. So take a screenshot of what's on the screen now, and you can also crop it down and share that to your social media page, so all of those on your pages will know the time, location, and parking charges for. Lobster is my special seafood. Lobster is my favorite seafood, to be honest with you, Amazing Grace. But yes, you can have some ackee. But I prefer my ackee with salt mackerel rather than saltfish. For me, saltfish is too dry. But yes. So yes, take a screenshot. Take a screenshot. It has the information for the protest, and it also has the parking charges. So once again, thank you very much to everyone. Goodbye to those on TikTok. Goodbye on Twitch, on X, on Facebook, and YouTube. We will see you this afternoon. Thank you and good afternoon.